Hello, my YouTube family. This is the OG Crypto New Jack coming in with you some juicy news. But before I begin, let me say I am not a financial advisor. Anything you see or hear in this video is for educational and informational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice. Remember to do your own research and consult with a qualified professional before making investment decisions. Okay, we're going to begin looking at the total crypto market cap, and it is coming in today at 1.23 trillion and is up 1.3%. Coming in at number one is Bitcoin at 30,651. Number two is Ethereum at 1,892. Now, beloved XRP is coming in at number 6 at 48 cents. Taking a look at crypto bubbles, it looks like XLM is the top gainer that is up 12.2%, and BIT is the biggest loser, down 9.3%. Taking a look at the crypto fear and greed index, it is in greed and at 59. Okay, shout out to Chris Giancarlo, who is the former CFTC chair, and he writes, "Greetings from Tokyo," where the headline in Japanese says exactly what I'm hearing across APAC regarding the U.S. official policy on crypto. And this is what he's talking about. It says, "Crypto tumult in U.S. may be a boon for Japan." And that is accurate. It's not just for Japan. It's basically every other country in the world besides the U.S. will see a boon in their country. And they're just being polite. I would say more to the point, the crypto corruption in the U.S. may be a boon for Japan and other countries, because that's what it is the crypto corruption. Okay, moving on. But here's Brad Garlinghouse, Ripple CEO. He's not going to let that get in his way. He puts out this tweet: "Even if we remain in a permafrost in the U.S., as Sheila Warren aptly coined on stage, what we've seen over this last crypto winter is a refocus on building for utility and fundamental infrastructure. Always happy to be back at the Point Zero Forum." The Ripple team, Brad Garlinghouse, and the rest of them, they're not going to let the SEC's corruption get in the way. They're going to continue to grow, make partnerships with central banks, regular banks, remittance service providers, you name it. They're not stopping. The train has left the station. They're going to keep growing. Here we have a tweet from the Wrath Economy, and he puts out, "Important build out. Last week, Ripple received a license from the MAS. A week prior, Signum also received one. AsianX and SBI 6 Venture received a provisional capital market services license too. All these COs are connected." Number two, timing is just the mass calendar, but no, these companies are all well connected in various ways. SBI invested in Ripple and Signum. SBI partners with Six and Signum partnered with Custodial Digit. Six and Ripple invested in KeyRock. Signum leverages Medico, which was recently acquired by Ripple. And number three, finally, SBI got a capital markets license there last year. Love it. Here we have, shout out to Ian Binns. He writes, "Ripple onboarded for real-time settlement platform by the Federal Reserve Bank of America. Will it propel XRP price to a no all-time high?" And I believe once that gets started, I believe it will. Okay, moving on. You have here Ripple X. They put this thing out. The EVM sidechain for the XRPL is now available on DevNet. Using the XLS 38D specification, this version has support for XRP IOU and the ERC20 token transfers in both directions between the XRP ledger and the EVM sidechain. As you can see, they are not stopping, not one little bit. Shout out to CoinDesk. Crypto infrastructure provider Fireblocks HQ has added cloud support for AWS, Google Cloud, and Alibaba Group, among others. Everybody is just moving on. Shout out to Mac Attack. He put this: "Analyst reveals historical patterns favoring XRP with potential gains of 482% of 51,000, aiming for $3.30 to $250. Here is the article. I'm just going to read this highlighted part. According to eGrag, if XRP does not continue its consolidation around the midpoint of the channel, but instead experiences a further decline towards the lower boundary of the channel, it could potentially surge to a price of $250. The current price movement of XRP shows similarities to a previous price observed trend in 2021. In that instance, XRP's value rose significantly from 22 cents in December of 2020 to $1.91 in April of 2021, resulting in a remarkable 768% increase in value. If XRP were to repeat a similar pattern now, starting from its current value of 48 cents and reaching $3.30, it would require a surge of approximately 587.5% in XRPs. Also, an increase from its current price mark of 48 cents to a high of $250 will result in a significant increase of 51,983.3%. Okay, those are just charts. We're going to see what happens as time goes on. Shout out to Cowboy Crypto. He repeated, or I should say, he retweeted True Flags where they put, I just found a transaction where Wang Zhang sent 2,322 Ethereum to web.mit. This could get interesting. And he wrote, Wang Zhang funded Prometheum and is also making payments to MIT. The connections are not missed by the Twitter sleuths. Shout out to Ron Hammond. He put this thing out this week in Congress in crypto, 3 weeks, 2 bills, and 1 date, July 19th. July could be the month we see crypto legislation make its way out of committee and in line for the first ever House floor vote. However, there is a lot still in flux, so here is the latest in DC. I'm just going to read the top 6. Number 2, there are 2 bills in place, stablecoins and market structure. Both are in different places at the moment, so let's start first with the stablecoins. Those who closely follow crypto legislation may recall Congress was in a similar position on stablecoins this time last year. In July 2022, the Democrat-controlled Financial Services Committee nearly got a bipartisan stablecoin across the finish line. It was largely focused on concerns around Tether's reserves, Terra collapse, and calls from the Biden administration to Congress to pass legislation. Due to the election in November, that effort ran out of time to get finalized. However, the bipartisan commitment to work on stablecoins remained even after the Republicans took over the House. The largest holdup seems to be centered around the role of state versus federal regulators. One interesting dynamic has been New York. The NYDFS has a robust stablecoin regulatory regime and advocated for the Republican position of more state involvement. Their arguments seem to be working as all 3 New York Dems expressed support for a state regime in the last crypto hearing. If both parties can hash out these final provisions, stablecoins looks like it has a pretty good chance of moving, even in a Senate that rarely moves legislation. Right now, many are optimistic this will occur, especially if the Biden administration pushes for it like before. And you know what? There's very good news. Hopefully that bill gets passed because we need to get something in place. Here is a tweet from Chad Steingraber. He writes, Operating Circular 5 and Operating Circular 6 is the operating rules for FEDNOW, launching July 1st. This enables Release 1. Further releases will expand the system. We are a go for launch. So we're just a couple of days away. Okay, moving on. Shout out to Mr. Man. He puts out, don't forget that on June 29th, 2023, MICA will come into effect. I'm telling you, things are just shaping up. And again, with Mr. Man, he put out this article about XRP and the financial industry. I'm going to just read the highlighted yellow part. On number 12, it says, XRP is a native currency of Ripple, a real-time global settlement network that allows for near instantaneous transfers of currency regardless of their form. Example, US dollars, yen, and Bitcoin. Launched in 2012 by the private company Ripple, it enables banks to settle cross-border payments in real time with end-to-end transparency and at lower cost. It remains one of the most attractive digital currencies among traditional financial institutions looking for ways to revolutionize cross-border payments. It is getting support from a number of big players in the financial services industry, such as Bank of America, Merrill Lynch, and Santander. Ripple is being accepted as a means of payment by a growing number of online merchants. And this is all nothing but good and bullish news. Like I said before, they're not going to let the corrupt SEC get in their way. They're going to continue to grow and expand globally. And the US, unfortunately, until they get their act together, they're just going to get left behind. Okay, fam, that's going to do it for today's video. If you found this video to be helpful, would you please smash a like and subscribe? I would really appreciate it, and it doesn't cost you anything. Thank you much in advance. And in the words of Snoop Dogg, keep your mind on your money and your money on your mind. Peace out, fam.